Hi everyone, this is Tanya the Lady Strange. Welcome to my backyard. I just filmed a video for the weekly reading. Check it out if you're interested. However, I warmed up a few degrees, I think, or at least a little bit better. So I decided to come out and enjoy my patio while I filmed this. This is going to be a vloggy type of style video for the wrap up of the Witch's Black Pride for 2025 with my workings on Wrath. Last year, if you watch any of my previous one, I have a playlist on it. Working with Pride. It's still an ongoing journey and will be for the rest of my life. I'm 100% certain on that. Everything's a journey. Nothing ends. It's just continuous and different paths and reworkings, new lessons, new evolution, and healing and empowerment. So, Wrath this year, for the Witch's Black, again, it's Easter, so it's appropriate. I'm filming it, kind of the subversion of the Christian and the Catholic type of practice of Lent. But that's Tanya. She is subversion of many things. But yes, so this hopefully won't get too rambly. Get a adult libation to offer yourself, whether it's like myself, this in my wonderful cauldron cup here. It is Hot Cinnamon Sunset Tea by Harney and Sons. Cinnamon, which is very warm, but also fiery. An accelerant, in my opinion, which kind of raises the energy, speeds things up, and empowers it in magic and everyday experience. And magic. Cinnamon is just lusty, and this is just a great gift. That tea was as a gift to me last year from my cousin. So, without further ado, you can watch my playlist and my recent videos and workings under my ritual and such with Wrath. Pride, even though it's still an embodying and an effort, will be in my life. Some of that was very hard and still is. But Wrath is different. Wrath is different, I think, in certain ways, because I feel the wrath so much, especially in my solar plexus and also my sacral chakras, and sometimes obviously in my heart. Yes, my three ones there, yes, they are interlinked in my opinion, as many do think. But it's overwhelming in my solar plexus. Some of it is so strong and impalatable that I kind of stumble over my words as it comes through my throat chakra and my expression. I have Wrath for many reasons, and many reasons I've worked through, and this Witch's Black wants helping me to face and bring out to the surface, as have my guides and deities, and even the demons I work with have brought to the surface of my life, my mind, my experience, my external world, and my internal world, especially my spiritual world and path. Some challenges have come up and presented themselves, not to be surprised or unexpected, of course, because, again, it's path working. It's meant to better to know thyself, or for me to know myself, and to help me to know thy power, or my personal power. Power isn't just about magic and such, and even if you are a practitioner magician. Power truly comes from knowing yourself, your ups, your downs, your traumas, your victories and triumphs, your mistakes, your lessons, your growth, and your truth, and how you present yourself, and how you face your will and your true will and move forward resolute in this life. Wrath, I get very angry. I have a lot of rage in there. I have some feelings of revenge towards others. Some of those I've already started healing in this short period of time of the Witch's Black Lent. Yes, I have been working on that previous to that. Obviously, that's how things present themselves for myself and in my life and my Gnosis. But I have already learned through this process of acknowledging certain things about forgiveness. Forgiveness of certain other people and people in my life I have seen since I can remember, probably since the age of 2 to 3 years old. Those things around me that should have not happened. A child shouldn't have been seen, especially a little girl. But things that a child should never see or experience. As we shouldn't see and experience many things in our adult lives and in our adult world and the external world. But abuse. Abuse comes in many forms: physical abuse, emotional and psychological abuse, which I've experienced tons of, as have those around me, probably worse than the physical abuse. Um, those in my life that are hypocrites, don't know how to treat others, do not have respect for others, and honestly don't have respect for them, self-respect either, which is thoroughly, has always been displayed. And how the women in my life have been broken down and demeaned. That didn't mean it completely broke their spirit, don't get me wrong. They had voices and wills of their own and often exercised them, but still they were demeaned. In certain ways, I was demeaned by my voice and being put in a having to be the perfect child, not by my mother. My mother's great. I have great maternal relationship and experience. My mother's been nothing but a perfect example of a woman and a mother to me. But it's the masculine figures in many ways in my life that have caused me wrath or shaped and where my wrath is born from, my rage, my anger, my pain, my trauma. Even if they are self-perceived or perceived, realistic or unrealistic. So wrath with this, before this gets too long and rambly, it's been a lifelong experience and it will continue just like pride. I will continuously work with that. I know that. It doesn't end just because it's the end of the Witch's Black Lent, which was is a grateful thing for this experience that Trish at Beanbag Hagwag and Jasmine Abroche created a couple years. So again, this is my second year. What my goal with this, and my continued goal, is with the wrath and the rage and the anger, the sacred rage, is not to suppress my anger, not to go back and regress into certain behaviors, thoughts, feelings, or actions, especially reactive actions that are not great for me, but to respond effectively, to feel effectively, to acknowledge things when they come to the surface, the root cause, but to use that pain, that anger, that fire, that will to motivate myself, to heal myself, to honor my relationships and my experiences, not to be a fucking hypocrite or to use it to be abusive, but to use it to propel me through and forward those challenges in this life, especially in my magical and spiritual practice. That's a big point of this, why I chose wrath. Do I feel wrath? Yes. Do I let it lash out as much as I used to, or control me, or consume me with a fire? No, not as much. In this short period of time, I'm able to feel it and sit with it. Yes, is it painful? Yes, do I want to? But am I better able to sit with it and direct it? And have I also done in my magic, that ritual being for Witch's Black Lent, I have also done forgiveness and to let go. It's forgiveness for myself, not for the others. It's myself. And for how I can forgive myself and show myself compassion for some of the things I did do and many of the things I didn't do, and in between, because that's also part of it, is the anger I have with myself and the wrath, but also the feelings of, because I work in customer service, that I feel a lot of others' energies, emotions, experiences, and how they are, and because I'm a huge empath and energetic witch, it affects me on many layers and levels. It's just that the anger and the rage and the wrath is something I don't want to govern me, but I want to use. I want to use to know myself better and to know my experience better. And again, to continue to work towards a better version of myself as a woman, witch, spiritual being, and to honor my personal experience in divinity. So I feel like in a short period of time, and previous to that, I've already grown and let go and released, and I already have a great foundation and understanding of my wrath, my rage, and how to use it, and enough to understand that things are going to happen. I'm a human. I make mistakes. Others make mistakes that affect me. Others have behaviors, but I can have control over myself or use those feelings and acknowledge, yes, do I want certain things with my anger to burn? And I mean burn. Those that know me in my personal life know what that means. I'm not just happy, happy, joy, joy. My anger, my rage, and my wrath, my pain and trauma is also part of me. But it's also what makes me strong and resolute and resilient. It's helped me in the past so many times and in the present, and I know it will in the future as I grow and evolve. So with that being said, wrath is not a bad thing. Wrath is not sinful. It is humanity. It is experience. It is truth. It's Gnosis. It has power. So I hope that you, if any of you watch this or follow my journey or interested, you can check out those playlists to see how much it's helped to empower me and how I will continue to work on that. I hope this finds you all well. Again, if you are returned and watch my videos, thank you for your continued support. If you're new here, thanks for passing through and all in between. And with that, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. This helps my channel grow and know I'm reaching others as others reach me in this often world that can be often dark and traumatic and overwhelming, to say the least. But again, sit with your emotions, feel them, process, release as necessary, and use your personal power and magic. And with that, stay strange.